Welcome, I'm Holly Joy McCabe, here to guide you on this journey back to your most confident, capable self. Start by taking a deep breath. And as you exhale, connect to your body and connect to where you are in this moment. Sitting on a couch, in a chair, lying down. Just start to make a conscious contact with your body and where it's making contact with anything else, the floor, a cushion. And we start to just breathe, exhale, connect to those surface points. And all that's doing is bringing us more into the current moment and taking us a little bit out of that monkey mind that tends to be negative and disempowering, and bringing your attention back to the body. We can draw some attention to the mind and what type of thoughts might be floating around up there. Again, oftentimes we have tens of thousands of thoughts each day, and they're not kind. They're not empowering. They're not ones of hope and confidence and capability. But before we offer any judgment, before we start to berate ourselves and offer more criticism and negativity for those automatic thoughts, we're going to just send a little love as we're connected to our body and connecting to our mind and our thoughts. We just allow everything to coexist with full love, compassion, and acceptance. Because with this compassion, love, and acceptance, we separate the thoughts from our identity and who we think we are at a core level. And we allow them to be fleeting, circumstantial little blips on our radar. And we allow them to come in and then kindly escort them out. That alone can de-escalate the intensity of these negative thoughts. And it's not counterproductive to bring your attention to these thoughts. In fact, like little kids, sometimes the more we ignore them, the louder and more obnoxious the thoughts become. So we just send some love, some acceptance, some compassion, and say, it's okay that you're here. Run along now. We're ready to replace you with something more beneficial to the day that I want to have and to the person that I want to be today. Take one big deep breath, and as you exhale this breath, I want you to audibly blow out and exhale and imagine just blowing them away like little flower petals. And now we have this clean slate that we can step into, like choosing our outfit and how we want to express ourselves today. We get to choose. How do we want to live this day and to believe in ourselves going bold? Close your eyes and take a couple breaths. And I want you to call to mind a time where you were your most confident, most empowered, on top of the world, successful self. A time that maybe you completed a project, did something physical that you trained for weeks and months. Or maybe it was just a happy little accident and you created something or came up with an idea or had an encounter and someone gave you an unexpected compliment. And it just really lit your soul up. Draw to mind these experiences. You can anchor into one or you can oscillate back and forth. There's no rules here. And just start to think of that energy where you just have that little spark of confidence, of light, of, I've got this. I'm here for a reason. I have gifts and skills and talents. I have something of value to offer the world. I'm seen, I'm heard. And specifically, as you amplify that confidence, I want you to think about the moments where you felt capable. Oftentimes we set these big goals and we blaze through and we reach them. And before we give ourselves the time that we need to anchor into the beautiful feelings of competency and capability and success, which we often are conditioned to devalue and disconnect from or not pay attention to and feel like we never reach, we just are on to the next thing. We are on to the next thing. And it's so important for the life that we want to live and the things that we want to bring into this earth, to the people around us and to our workspaces and to our family and friend spaces, that to amplify our positive qualities and traits and gifts and to do the best service and make the best impact, we have to be willing to highlight, acknowledge, and look at our positive strengths, our wins, the things that we do well, the milestones we hit. Because we want to constantly be reminding ourselves to dream bigger, push further, because we are capable. We do possess this innate strength and ability inside ourselves. And sometimes after a series of failures or hardships, we're focused so much on the things that we didn't achieve, the milestones we didn't reach, that becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So especially if you're in a vulnerable place of disempowerment or not believing in yourself, bring to mind all of these wins, these successes, these milestones. Remind yourself consciously, intentionally, and ferociously that you are capable of doing things. You're capable of starting things and finishing them. You're capable of learning new things, building new things, going to new levels, and taking your goals and your dreams and bringing them to life, even if it's a long game, even if it's an uphill battle, even if it's hard. You have this innate capability, this inner grit, this inner strength. And you are choosing to consciously call in, to acknowledge, to give credit, to thank all the source and power around you that is relevant to you and acknowledge that too, but also say, it was activated within me, and I know I can do that again and again and again. For me, I love to feel like I'm an open vessel and container, and when I truly tap into the higher sources around me, as God and the universe and all the powers and energy that flow through me are given an open channel, I'm activated fully in my power, and then I can go out into the world and take that power and plant it like little seeds all around the planet, all around the places that I go and the people I interact with, to make a positive impact. And that allows me to go deeper and further into my confidence and capabilities, knowing where it comes from. So take a couple of final, slow, deep breaths. Maybe put your hand on your heart, your belly, if there's somewhere else on your body that's calling for some attention. Just connect there. Maybe some emotions came up as you chose to give yourself a little credit and acknowledgement today. Maybe you've been carrying that heaviness of being unseen or unsuccessful for a while. And just notice how that love, that appreciation, that gratitude, that recognition feels in your body? Where do you notice it and feel it? And just reach to that space where you're feeling the most intensity. Again, it could be a little raw. You might have a little emotion. But if that is your primary emotion at this point, I'd like you to just take a couple more breaths. Release, exhale, let it go. And invite the emotion to come in as the primary, to be one of gratitude, compassion, love, strength, resilience. Even if you feel like you've just had a string of failures, you can choose to override the feeling of failure with the feeling of resilience, because you're still standing here. You can choose to let the negative emotion go, the emotion that's not serving you and how you want to go through this day, and override it with something that reminds you of your strength and capabilities. Breathing in now and exhaling one final time. And we're going to breathe in and hold. Hold, 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 and then let it all out. I trust that this brought you back to a place of strength, confidence, and capability that allows you to go throughout this day, remembering who you are, what you're capable of, and come back to this emotion if anything tries to knock you off kilter today. And I hope you have a beautiful, empowered, strong, capable, confident day.